Have you ever stopped and wondered, why is it that some people at 90 are still walking, laughing, even dancing, while others don't make it past 70 and spend their final years in hospitals, wheelchairs, or barely moving from a couch? It's not just luck, and it's not just genes either. The truth is, most people die before 85 not because of some dramatic disease that comes out of nowhere, but because of a few small, deadly habits that sneak into our lives after 60, quietly, slowly, and by the time we notice them, it's often too late. Let me ask you something real. Have you ever watched someone you love start to shrink? Not physically necessarily, but emotionally, spiritually, even mentally. Maybe your dad used to be sharp, full of life, and now he's withdrawn, confused, always tired. Or maybe it's your mom, who used to love gardening but now spends every day watching TV with barely a word. You might have told yourself it's just age, but what if it's not? What if there are habits, daily choices, silent routines that are robbing people of years they should be enjoying, and we don't even realize it until it's too late? Here's the thing, this video isn't here to scare you, it's here to wake you up. Because these 5 deadly habits are far more common than you think. And the worst part? They don't hurt right away. They sneak in. They feel normal. Until one day, you or someone you love just can't bounce back. But here's the good news. These habits can be spotted early. They can be reversed. And if you're watching this, it means you care enough to do something about it. Whether you're over 60 yourself, or you're caring for someone who is, this might be one of the most important videos you'll ever watch, because by the end, you'll know the 5 habits that quietly shorten lives after 60, and exactly what you can do to avoid them, starting today. So stick with me. This could be a turning point. Comment "I'm here" if you believe aging should be filled with dignity, strength, and peace of mind. And if you care about living fully, not just longer, but better, go ahead and hit that like button and subscribe to LifeStamina. Because around here, we believe aging is a journey worth walking well. Let's get into it. Your future self and your loved ones will thank you. Let's begin with one of the most silent, most misunderstood killers after 60, something that's easy to miss, but devastating when ignored. Habit number 1, ignoring social isolation. Imagine this, John, a retired school teacher. He was once the life of the classroom, funny, sharp, full of energy. Every morning he had a routine. Coffee at 7, walk the dog, chat with neighbors, lunch with friends on Fridays. But after his wife passed, things changed. Slowly, quietly. He started sleeping in later, didn't feel like talking, stopped returning phone calls. He told himself he was just tired. But weeks turned into months. And before long, John barely left the house. He wasn't sick. He wasn't in pain. He was just alone. Now here's the truth no one wants to say out loud. Loneliness doesn't just feel bad, it kills. When you're isolated, your body produces more cortisol, your stress hormone. Your immune system weakens, your heart takes a hit, your risk of stroke goes up, and your chances of developing dementia, they skyrocket. But here's the kicker. So many people think this is just part of getting old. They'll say, well, mom doesn't go out anymore, but that's normal. Or dad doesn't talk much these days, he's just older now. No, that's not aging, that's silent decline. And you don't need a big party or a busy calendar to change it. Sometimes, one phone call a day can make a world of difference. A visit to the park, joining a walking group, or even volunteering at a local library. These tiny steps reconnect the heart to the world. They remind us that we still matter, still belong, still have a reason to wake up and smile. But loneliness isn't the only invisible threat. There's another one that hides in something we do every single day. Eating. Habit number 2, poor nutrition and mindless eating. Let me tell you about Mary. She was always careful with food. Skip breakfast, toast and tea for lunch. Maybe a little rice at dinner if she remembered. She thought she was doing herself a favor. Better to eat light, she'd say. But here's what was really happening. Her body was starving. See, after 60, your body doesn't absorb nutrients the way it used to. And at the same time, your appetite often shrinks. That combo is dangerous. Muscles start wasting away, energy drops, memory gets foggy, bones weaken. And the worst part? Most people don't notice it until they fall, get sick, or feel so tired they can't get out of bed. A lot of folks think fat is bad. That protein is for young gym goers. But the truth is, you need even more quality nutrition after 60 than before. You don't need fancy diets, just simple, powerful changes. Start with high-quality protein, eggs, beans, fish, Greek yogurt. Add a rainbow of fruits and veggies. Stay hydrated, and don't wait until you feel thirsty. After 60, your thirst signal gets weaker. Even a small shift, like replacing white bread with whole grains or adding a boiled egg to breakfast, can give your body the fuel it needs to fight, heal, and thrive. But food is just one part of the puzzle, because your brain, well, it needs fuel too, not just from nutrients, but from use. Habit number 3, mental stagnation. George used to be sharp as a tack, a chess lover, always reading, always curious. But when he retired, something changed. He'd wake up, turn on the TV, and leave it running all day. No more puzzles, no more books, no new skills, just reruns and silence. A year later, he couldn't remember where he put things. Forgot his daughter's birthday, started confusing simple words. Everyone said, well, he's just getting old. But no, this wasn't just aging. This was mental stagnation. Your brain is like a muscle. If you don't use it, it shrinks. And you don't have to solve advanced math to keep it sharp. You just need to engage it. Try a puzzle, pick up a new hobby, call someone and have a real conversation. Learn a few words in a new language, play cards, read something unfamiliar, ask why again. And no, it's not too late. Neuroplasticity, the brain's ability to adapt, still exists in your 60s, 70s, even 80s. Every time you challenge your brain, you're building connections. And the more connections you build, the better your brain will function, even decades later. But even the sharpest mind needs a strong body to carry it. And that brings us to a habit that creeps in faster than most people expect. Habit number 4, sedentary lifestyle. Alice used to walk every day, rain or shine, just around the block, nothing fancy. But then she tripped on the front steps one afternoon. A small fall, no broken bones, but it scared her. So she stopped walking. I'll rest for a few weeks, she said. Weeks became months, and within 6 months her legs were weak. She needed help standing. Her back hurt, her balance was gone, all because she stopped moving. Here's what many don't realize. After 60, your muscles shrink faster, your bones get weaker, your circulation slows down, and if you stop moving, even for a short time, you lose more strength than someone half your age. But guess what? You don't need to join a gym. You don't need fancy sneakers, you just need motion. Light stretches in the morning, a gentle walk after dinner, chair yoga in front of the TV, gardening, dancing in the living room to your favorite music. Motion is medicine, and the more you move, the more your body remembers how. But here's the danger. Many people wait until something hurts or until something serious happens before they act. And that's what brings us to the last habit, the most ignored one. The one that hides behind the phrase, I feel fine. Habit number 5, delaying regular health screenings. James never liked going to the doctor. Why bother, he'd say. No pain, no problem. Until the day he collapsed. Turns out he'd had uncontrolled high blood pressure for years and didn't even know. The silent kind, the kind that doesn't warn you until it's too late. Here's the truth. Many of the most dangerous conditions after 60 come with no symptoms at all. High blood pressure, diabetes, kidney disease, even some early cancers. They don't hurt, they don't interrupt your day. Until one day, everything changes. This is why screenings matter. Know your numbers. Blood pressure, cholesterol, glucose, kidney function, bone density. You don't have to memorize charts or become your own doctor. You just have to show up once or twice a year and make sure nothing is silently breaking down inside you. Because when you catch something early, you give yourself the power to fight it. And in the end, that's what this video is really about. Not fear, not panic, but power. The power to recognize these small, dangerous habits and do something before it's too late. Now that you know what to look for, let's talk about how this all feels and what it means for the people we love most. Let's go deeper. You know, it's not easy. Watching someone you love grow smaller, not in size, but in spirit. The way their laughter fades, the way their steps slow down, the way their world quietly shrinks to the size of a living room chair or the corner of a memory they can't quite hold on to. And maybe you've been there. Maybe you're there right now. Maybe you've watched your mother, who used to wake up early and cook for everyone, now struggle to get out of bed. Or your grandfather, who was once full of stories and mischief, now barely says a word. Maybe it's your own reflection in the mirror that feels unfamiliar. More tired, less sharp, a little more afraid of what's coming next. And that hurts. It's heartbreaking because we don't want to admit it. We want to believe things will bounce back on their own. We tell ourselves it's just aging. But deep down, we know something's not right. The thing is, most people don't talk about this. We're not taught how to deal with it. We're not prepared for the quiet grief of watching someone fade day by day, not from a single illness, but from little habits that stack up like bricks in a wall. And here's the hardest part. It's so easy to miss, so easy to delay. Until one day you say, I wish I'd paid more attention, I wish I had done something sooner. But this moment, right now, is your sooner. This is your chance. Because this video, it's not meant to scare you, it's meant to give you power. The kind of power that comes from seeing the signs early. From understanding that aging doesn't have to mean fading. From realizing that you, or someone you love, can take control again. This isn't about perfection. You don't need to fix everything overnight. You don't need to change your whole life in a day. Just choose one habit. 1. Start with reconnecting with someone, or cooking a healthy breakfast tomorrow, or walking for 5 minutes, or finally booking that doctor's appointment you've been putting off. Pick one, and commit to it this week. Because that small step, that's the beginning of momentum. And momentum leads to strength. And strength leads to freedom. A long, meaningful life, it's not just for the lucky ones. It's not just for the rich or the genetically blessed. It's for you too. Yes, you. Because now, you know. Now, you've seen what most people miss. And with awareness, with just a little more love, a little more action, you can change everything. You can give someone, maybe even yourself, not just more years, but better ones. Years filled with clarity, with connection, with purpose. Because aging isn't about giving up. It's about showing up every day in small ways with intention. And if no one has told you this in a while, let me say it now. You still matter. You still have time. And you are not alone in this journey. Let's finish strong. Let's take a deep breath together and bring it all back home. We've covered a lot today, but if there's one thing I hope you walk away with, it's this. Most people don't die early because of bad luck. They die early because of small, preventable habits that add up over time. So let's recap those 5 deadly habits that quietly steal years after 60. First, social isolation. Pulling away from others. Avoiding connection. It may feel like rest, but over time it drains the heart, the mind, and the will to live. Second, poor nutrition. Skipping meals, eating processed food. Forgetting that food isn't just fuel, it's medicine. Without the right nutrients, the body begins to break down in silence. Third, mental stagnation. Letting the brain sit still. No new challenges, no learning, no stimulation. This is how memories fade and sharpness slips away. Fourth, a sedentary lifestyle. Staying still for too long, believing movement is for the young, when in fact, movement is the lifeline of vitality at any age. And finally, delaying regular health screenings. Avoiding checkups because everything feels fine. But inside, the body may be fighting battles you can't yet see. If you or someone you love is stuck in one or more of these patterns, please don't wait for a crisis. Now is the time to make a change. Not a huge, overwhelming change. Just a small, honest step in the right direction. And I'd love to hear from you. Which of these habits surprised you the most? Was there one that made you think of someone specific? Or maybe one you've been quietly struggling with yourself? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. I read every single one. And trust me, you're not alone. There's a whole community here that cares just like you do. If this video gave you something valuable, whether a new insight, a moment of clarity, or just the feeling of being seen, tap that like button. And if you want more real, honest conversations about aging well, staying strong, and showing up for the people you love, subscribe to LifeStamina. This channel is here for you and your journey forward. And finally, thank you. Thank you for giving me your time. Thank you for caring. And thank you for being the kind of person who doesn't just sit back, but shows up for your health, your family, your future. Aging isn't a curse, it's a chapter, and when written with care, awareness, and a little love, it can be the most beautiful one yet. Let's keep walking this path, side by side, with strength and purpose. I'll see you in the next video. Take care, stay strong, And remember, you're never too old to thrive.